So we've gone over the entire approach. We've been in the air. We've gotten our hip shoulder separation, all our separations up to contact point. We've talked about what the wrist is doing a little bit. Now we're going to discuss the shape your body is in on contact. So if I have the volleyball, when I'm spiking it, I'm going to look like something whenever I hit it. What is that shape? How do we think about it in all three dimensions? And what's important injury and performance wise? So I'll let Brent take it and we'll kind of go back and forth a bit.
Yeah, I mean, when you make contact, obviously I know you're trying to get over the net. So obviously you want as much height as you can get. But if I see a guy where their elbow is in their ear and their head's straight, I know they're reaching for that slot. If I see a guy in a lean and turning into that movement, he's throwing his body to that spot. So I wouldn't want to be a guy reaching to that spot because that's going to be a lot of forced energy at the end. I want to be the guy throwing to that spot. So that's where we go back to the trunk stuff we were teaching about. It's not just rotation, it's extension, it's lean, and then action to go back to reaction to go forward. So if you don't understand the sequence and the trunk orientation to get there, you're probably going to be a reacher.
Yeah, and I'll add some comments, but I also wanted to understand a little bit, and this is actually for a lefty, surprisingly, but it's the first time I've put on a glove in a while. I don't even know if I'll put it on right. I'll just put it on as best I can. But when you're pitching, I hear people talk a lot about the glove arm coming in or tucking your glove arm. Can you talk a little bit? Because right now we're talking about the arm slot. What do you look at? It's this, but it's all of this stuff too. And so sometimes people are here, they're over rotating, and so there's some helpfulness.
The glove's a big deal. The glove's a big deal because in baseball, if you're extending out and pulling your glove, you're trying to create the energy up top. And we know hard throwers don't do that as significantly as lower velocity. So there's actually studies that show more left to right movement with the glove are low velocity movements.
That's for a righty, left to right.
Yeah, or right to left, yeah. So the point is the glove is an overcompensator. So what is happening basically, if I fail in throwing, which is similar with you guys, if I fail to push the energy through my hip as I bring my trunk back, and I don't have the hip coming through, I don't have anything driving rotation. Because if my trunk is holding back and my hip is going forward, that's gonna throw me forward into rotation. So if I don't have the hip leading to create that power to throw me into rotation, that's when the glove comes in to help out. So that's why it's an overcompensator and you don't really wanna use it. So I tell the guys, look, you use it as a guide. It does help you guide you where you wanna go. But then you just turn it over and it becomes a fulcrum.
And it's internally rotated and pronated up here, and then you kind of bring it thumb up. So it's like this and then
down. Well, because at the end of the day, you want to come straight down with it.
What's the point of this? Like, why does this matter here? Does it or?
Well, it can close you off. So if I'm more like prone or supinated, if I'm more externally rotated, my trunk is going to be open. I won't separate as well.
Oh,
so if I'm here, now it closes me off more. So you can use that, which I like to do it even bent, but that's for throwing. Because it's like if
so like this for volleyball.
Yeah, but like the reason we do it throwing, because like if someone's trying to if someone does that to me, I can't open up. So it's like if I don't want to open up, which just like with you guys, if I open up early as a thrower, it kills all my power. If I open up early as a hitter, it kills my power. It's going to happen to you. If you open up early, you're going to want it pushing.
People's power, and I see a lot of people when they hit this way or this way, they're okay. But whenever anything in their brain starts thinking cross body,
they start pushing.
The glove arm comes out. They lose all the stored energy here. It's a push, often with side spin, it just goes out or in the net, or it gets blocked and it's super easy to read. All bad outcomes. So I think, does this help you stay closed for a curveball?
Well, you're trying to stay close for every pitch.
But a curveball specifically, or the one where you're going cross body, which is the equivalent to me in volleyball, that's the one where I see people really needing to focus on that glove.
Well, in baseball, our finish movements can't be too different because energy has to go forward. And when we start pulling across, it's harder on because arms are going faster than
But the spin is similar.
But you probably are creating bigger movements because you're trying to create bigger runs. We're trying to create runs like this. But you're trying to create bigger runs.
Right. We have way sharper angles, but I mean, I still I have with curveball, for example. If I try to do a curveball, it's not going to go 12 to 6. I tried, but it's like a crappy looking slider that looks like my elbow's gonna fall off. But
well, it's probably because you're pulling across as opposed to letting it go forward.
But is there a lot with a glove arm staying this way so I stay closed longer? Because I feel like with me, when I go into the crossbody mode or curveball mode, I'll spin out real early.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're using that to pull across.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You can do that.
Not to, but
well, once again, if you were doing that for energy, I would say that's a problem. But you're doing that for direction, which is fine. So what he's saying is he's not pulling across to create more force to the ball. He's pulling across to get his direction.
Well, and I would say that's actually a bad thing, though. Yes, you're gonna get direction, but it's too much. People will hit it if this is the line. You're trying to hit down the line. People will go like this.
So if you pull it hard, you're going to get too much direction.
They're going to hit it.
Yeah.
It's surprising how far out they might hit it sometimes. And
that's where.
So it's in, it's out, it's here.
Yeah.
And they don't know why. It's just random.
That's why I would recommend holding closed and just going down and going down.
That's what got it.
Because then your directions won't be as big, and it won't be trying to overcompensate and start the movement early, which kills the sequence going up.
I see. Okay.
But also too, it's a fulcrum. Like when it comes down, it gives stability, just like the front leg kind of gives stability for things to rotate through. Because if you don't have stability, everything might just drag around as opposed to accelerate through.
Interesting, and that's that front leg.
Well, if you see your guys kick your front leg.
I do not, and that's why I'm worse at hitting cross body, is because I don't have that stability.
So as you come up, if this has a little kick, it creates a little stabilizer to move into.
Is it kicking from there, or is it like a fascial sling or like muscles that are
it's probably forward? Once the unwinding comes, that's the unwinding effect as you come forward.
Okay.
So if you don't have a lot of that,
is there much like shoot, we're getting into the weeds.
Yeah, but the point is like it's unwinding. So if you don't have a lot of this to this, you're probably not going to see a lot of that. So you might just be like a little bit too much here. And if you got bigger from here to there, you'd start seeing more of that.
Is there much like this to it, or is it just this? Because when I see it in volleyball, people kind of go abducting and then kicking forward. It's kind of like I'm doing it bad. But
that means they're off balance and their energy's now wobbling, as opposed to if they came straight up.
Well, no, when they do it, I'm saying it's a good thing. Whereas I don't know.
It just might be a misdirection to maybe go cross body or something.
Well, when people hit cross body, like wrist away, if you're hitting away from your body, people kick their dominant leg.
Yeah, but they want to go that way.
If they're hitting this way,
then they might get that.
They kick this leg.
Exactly.
But it kind of goes like this. But I've tried it, and I've tried like thinking about it, and it just doesn't. It's feels so bad. But I wonder if it's more this whole thing kind of pulling it forward as opposed to just the hip flexor or abductor, like doing something.
Well, it's a reaction of the bottom to the top. So it's them working together, either working together this way
That's the part
or working together that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then arm slot wise, I hear a lot in baseball, they talk about the clock. 12, 3, 6, 9, 12 again.
Mm-hmm.
Volleyball, this is like a,
12.
If you're righty, 12, 1, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, and then lefty goes the other way.
And then as a lefty, this is 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I think in volleyball, we want the 12 o'clock, right?
Well, because you're just trying to get high, and if you get on top of the ball, you can get your downward direction.
Okay.
So if you are over here, you might get across the ball, and then you might be hitting it up, and you're not going to have the power to the floor,
Okay. And then as far as we've also talked before about this line or the series of the direction from your non-dominant shoulder to your hitting hand on contact. And I've heard you want a straight line, shoulder over shoulder, all the way to hand, straight line from here to here.
Yes, and
it's pretty extreme. Most volleyball players are not even close to that, but the best arm swing, in my opinion, in the world, Evandro Goncalves from Brazil, beach player. He's one of the few, and there's a few others that hit at that, in my opinion, perfect arm slot. There's a little maybe variability based on your mobility, but I think it's something people should go for, a really, really high arm slot.
Yeah, but it's better to get there with the trunkling, with the angle. So what you were saying is like elbow just above shoulder height. And the reason is studies show that that's the healthiest arm slot.
Oh, just above. I thought it was straight. Okay, so it's not just above.
Well, no, I mean, I would say it's either straight or just above.
Oh, okay.
But actually studies say just above is a little better. And I'll show you why. Like, give me your arm, watch.
I didn't know that.
So if the arm is, so we're probably just there, right? Watch if I go just to here. Watch this. Look at the layback. I'm already fighting his layback. Watch when I go, relax this. Watch when I go here. Look how much layback. So the point is you're gonna kill rotation here. These are gonna be pushers. You're gonna open up rotation here. Now you're gonna roll into your throw.
Here.
Yeah. So that's why you gotta think of it this way, that is the best place to roll. So if you see a guy here, he's a pusher, or he's an extender, whatever you wanna call it. Snake bite, or whatever you call it. But if someone's here with the lean, now he's rolling.
The lean is what gets
through.
your hand up. It's not your arm just doing this and your scap.
Because, well, let's go back to that. Because if he's here, restriction, here, optimal, here, it's no more optimal, and it's now starting to go this way.
There's a restriction.
We're starting to go that
too,
way.
Huh?
Well, the point is, look where the rotation goes. Rotation goes sideways.
Yeah, that's why I hit this way so well. It's because
Okay.
I get my layback up here. I think I need to learn how to get it down here.
Yeah, and then lean.
If I want to hit
That way,
this way
yeah.
better.
Right.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Well, because the angle, like rotational angle, starts to go sideways when you go to here. Yeah.
Okay. So in summary, the best arm slot is somewhere probably in the 10 to 2 zone. I think 12, but there's
the
probably
lean.
some variability.
Yeah.
With the lean, so you want to be slightly above straight line, but very lean. And the way you lean is you extend and then rotate on that tilted axis, which throws the shoulder up.
That's it. That's perfect.
And the glove arm comes in. It's here, and then
down,
here.
and then that
Don't
helps
let
you
it
go up
swing
too.
out.
And going down is going to help you get to that position.
Oh, I didn't. That also helps. And then there's one more analogy. I've seen in figure skating, people do wide, and then they'll tuck it in, and the tuck
Accelerates
like,
you.
You got all this angular momentum, and then you bring the radius in.
Accelerates you.
Is that the same thing here?
It's pulling in.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought.
But
so
you're not pulling in,
but
you're not
right?
pulling in to generate the energy. You're pulling in to stabilize the energy. And
it,
stable
like,
energy can accelerate faster.
I see.
But you still already have to. So for example, the ice skater has to start the energy, and then stabilize the energy.
Okay.
You have to start the energy and then stabilize the energy.
Super narrow and tall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a really long video, but the whole point of it was kind of arm slot and what the glove arm is doing. So we're gonna call it there.